Hi everyone, this is Paris Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop. And I have a question here about Donald Trump. Will he run for president in 2024? Now I know that's a few years away and lots of things can happen in that time. But let's just see if we can get a storyline happening with the cards. I'm sure I'll do more readings about this as time goes on. Let's just get a feel of what the cards want to say about it. Okay, so there's lots of struggles. This could be the Republican Party battling it out. And then we have things growing, gestating, taking time to come to fruition with the Empress. That could be women as well, powerful women. And it shows happiness and joy with the Eight of Cups. And then we have here the Three of Swords, which is sort of heartbreak and separation. And then we have the Chariot. Interesting. So it's almost like how I'm reading this is there's a lot of, people vying for attention, competition, struggle, working in a team activity, and then there's opportunities, productivity, creative and physical, progress. So that's a good one. It's also it's matriarchal, this card as well, matriarch, so it's women, perhaps the women leaders or voters, and it shows sort of happy, things going along very happily. And then suddenly we have a split. So it's almost like something splits everything up, and then we have the Chariot trying to pull everything together. So to me this looks like there's going to be some difficulty. Perhaps the Republican Party will split in some ways, but it does show that Donald can pull it together with the Chariot in the end. This is like pulling two opposing forces together and moving forward. So that does look positive for him. It does show heartache along the way, but it does show that he can pull it together as time goes on. So I'm going to ask the same question about Donald Trump and the Republican Party. Is he going to run again in 2024? Okay, so I have my tarot board here, and I'll explain each of the pawns. So the Queen will represent the Republican Party, and the King will represent Donald Trump. Okay, the Tower represents the establishment. Okay, the established people. And then we have the Bishop. We'll make those the feelings of the believers or the followers or the Republicans. Okay, and this last one, the Knight, will be the activity in the party. So let's see what we get. Okay, if we look at the King, which represents Donald, he's way up in the edge. It's almost like he's been shoved off in the corner. When we look over here, the other one that didn't make it into the board is the actual Knight, which is the activity. So it's a little bit like showing activity may be damaged. Perhaps voters. This can be motivation as well, young people motivation, because it's like people writing. The emotions and the feelings of the people, we've got the Bishop stuck on the Devil Woman, which to me represents frustration and being chained up in some way. The establishment is on the Lion and the little star here. So it was sort of hitting the Lion's backside, which could be courage, but it's kind of interesting that it's on the backside of that. Then we have the the actual Republican Party, and it's sort of on the moon. It's pointing towards the Wheel of Fortune. Sort of foundation is on the moon, which is moody and emotional, and its foundation is, the foundation is on the moon, but the head of it is on the heading towards the wheel, which could to me represent changeability. So this actually looks more like a no to me. It looks like Donald gets shoved aside. The activity is not really as strong. The soul of the party is a kind of a bit degraded, and the establishment has to have courage, but it's not really showing that to me because of the tower being on the backside of the lion. And then it shows the actual Republican Party seems to be not sure where it's headed. So this reading looks a lot more emotionally unstable, say, than the previous one. Although the previous reading, the tarot cards did have the Three of Swords, it seemed like they pulled it, Donald will pull it together with the Chariot, but this one looks much more scattered. Okay, so I'm going to ask the same question again, and this time I'm going to use Lenormand cards. So because this prediction is a few years away, 3 years away, a lot can happen in that time. That might be why the cards are being a little bit kind of formless, or a bit kind of giving the outline of things. Okay, it's not giving a direct hit, but I think that is because it's, there's a lot to happen, and also because we're asking about a party of people, there's a lot of things that can change as well. So let's ask the Lenormand. So I've got 5 cards again. Let's see what's going to happen. Will Donald Trump run again in 2024? The bear. Okay, the bear usually means grumpy, people in power, aggressive people. That could be Donald as well, but depends what other cards come up. And we have women again. So women seem to be playing a very strong role in this coming up election. So it's almost like women are facing the power here. And then we've got mice. So feeling undermined and infighting again, people undermining each other. The moon, again, we have the moon. We had that in the tarot board where the Republican Party was sitting on the moon and facing the Wheel of Fortune. So the moon can be emotions, moods, things are unclear, things are still moody, things are still in the dark. And then we have the star. So again, it's ending on a positive. So it's indicating there is still a positive chance for Donald to get it together and run again, get his Republican Party together and run again. But as you can see, it's not going to be easy, and there's going to be a lot of moods and also undermining. It's interesting that the card, the mice, is in the middle. So there's undermining, there's powerful people, there's women that have to make their voices heard. This could be the voters, or perhaps the people that are politicians that are women. It's moody, it's up and down. It's going to be based on people's... the moon also represents reputation. So on the one hand, we've got reputation damage. On the other hand, it looks kind of like it's still salvageable. Again, it's ending on a positive, this one. So again, it's showing more of a yes with this one, although there is some problems along the way. So I'm going to have to say yes for this one. It's a tentative yes. Okay, if I was doing a reading for a client, I would say it looks positive, it looks like a yes, but there's still a lot of possibility of change and a lot of possibility that things can still fall apart, but it does indicate like a positive ending, or at least a satisfactory ending. And the tarot cards sort of said that too, with the Chariot being the last card, pulling things all together. Okay. This is Paris Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop.